Playing on Hitbox, I've learned something that I think a lot of traditional controller players, it might not have been as intuitive to learn on traditional controller as I found it on Hitbox. When you're in a situation like this, basically you have no momentum and you want to come out of this hole here and get going again. First, we'll show the wrong way to do it. If you spend a lot of the time morphed, you're going to miss out on the speed of running. You want to unmorph as early as physically possible. You want to be unmorphed here so that you can spend the rest of the room at your max run speed. So the way to do that is to unmorph very precisely. There's a problem with that though, in that if you do your unmorph too early, it's just not going to happen. You're going to stay morphed. So there are two ways you can unmorph. Jumping. A jump input unmorphs you, and pressing up. You can hold the direction you're traveling in during both of these methods, and you want to, so that you can get going in the direction as early as possible. But if you want to unmorph as early as possible, one thing you can actually do is put two unmorph inputs on two consecutive frames. So frame 0, you were just rolling to the right through the hole. Frame 1, you unmorph, maybe it's too early. And frame 2, you also unmorph. It gives you a second chance at getting the unmorph on the first possible frame. So what you're going to do here is the first unmorph is with the jump, and then the second unmorph is with the up. And even if you time it off, if your timing is off, if you time it wrong, you won't get punished for it under the vast majority of situations. Because what'll happen is if your up input is late, you're just going to angle up briefly, which it doesn't really do anything. It's not a big deal. So you're going to jump and then press up. I'm not used to this controller, so I'm going to have a little harder of a time than normal. But if you time it perfectly, your jump will be on one frame and then the up will be the frame immediately afterwards. So to show you... Okay, so that proves that even if you're holding jump, the up will still unmorph. So it doesn't matter when you release jump, it doesn't matter when you release up. You just want to press jump and up, and you can get that unmorph earlier. And less riskily. There's less risk because if your first unmorph input is too early, your second one can still be on time. Discussing this technique on Discord, Glove mentioned that they like to add another jump input after pressing up. If you do it fast enough, the unmorph animation prevents the jump from coming out. This is more difficult and riskier, because if you're too slow, Samus will jump, but it does work. You can see me practicing it a bit here.